What up, y'all? This your girl, Pastor Jew. Happy Saturday. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, as you all know, I've been traveling in Ghana the last 10 days. And you see some of my posts for those that follow me. Hey, so I wanted to share 10 things about Ghana you may not know. Good morning. So as you all share out, invite some folks in, put hashtag Ghana or bust, hashtag Ghana or bust. And I'm sharing this because I've been blessed to travel out of the country before and travel to Africa before. And I think Africa definitely is a place that everyone should go to. Every African American that's able should go to travel Africa. Yes. Oh, thank you for the hair. I appreciate it. And I would say Ghana is one of those places that I believe U.S. African Americans should definitely try out Ghana. Like, travel, period, yes. Travel, full stop, for sure. But definitely try going to Ghana. Because one of the things that I've learned a lot about Ghana in these last 2 weeks. Not have as much as I need to know, of course. You don't necessarily have to look for a dual citizenship to buy real estate there. So that's one of the things that we're going to talk about this morning. You don't actually have to have a citizenship in Ghana to buy property. You can buy real estate without citizenship. But if you're seeking dual citizenship, then go for it. It's definitely possible, but not necessary to buy property or to be a resident. So I want to share real quick 10 things about Ghana that you may not know, especially to my African American audience followers, because Ghana is one of those places that what I'm seeing is the African American population is able to thrive there. And again, like, I've been blessed to go to a few different countries. However, on the continent, Ghana being one of the ones that I think African Americans are able to thrive there easier. Yeah, I'll say that part. But go everywhere. Go everywhere your passport will take you. So, 10 things about Ghana you may not know. Number one, this was a thing that, and this is not no order of importance. This is just me going through my list as I made a list as I was traveling. So, number one, the people are amazing. The people are amazing. Loving, kind, generous. Customer service is bar none. Like, it is just kindness. People are just kind, right? Nobody's perfect, of course, but the people are just kind, amazing. I know there's a lot of stigma around Africans don't like don't like African Americans. Don't listen to the propaganda. Don't let somebody tell you about your brothers and sisters on the motherland. That's all I'm gonna say, right? The people are loving, kind, generous, and they love their cousins from America. Right. So that's one thing. I want to dispel all myths, lies, half-truths that Africans don't care for African Americans. It's just not true. I mean, there are other people there that may not like African Americans, I'm certain. But, in general, overall, the treatment, the kindness, it really is. You're going to meet and know really good people. Okay, that's number one. Number two, everybody's black. Everybody's black. Listen, you are not the other in when you go to Ghana. You are. I mean, well, that's the case for most African countries, but it's something about everybody being black. Everybody black, from the highest office to the highest, to the person selling you water. Everybody's black. And that's just beautiful. So just in case you were concerned, just in case you were wondering, it feels like home. That's when I say everybody's black, It really does feel like home. Like you feel like you're at home. You do not feel like the other. You don't feel like you're the other. You certainly, people know that you are American because of, inability to speak the native tongue, which in Ghana most is tree. I hope I'm saying that right. Any of my Ghanaian followers, I think I said it right, tree. And there's some other native languages. And that's the thing. Everybody there speaks several languages. So, everybody's multilingual there. But it feels like home. It feels like home. So in case you're thinking about it, well, we're going to get into that. I don't want to get ahead of myself. So that's number one. People are amazing. Everybody's black, and it feels like home. It feels like home, y'all. It feels like home. So you're not going to feel awkward. You're not going to feel out of place. You're going to feel like you're at home. Like, you're at home with some cousins that you got to get to know better. That's it. Like you're at home with some family members you ain't seen in a long time, and you just got to get to know them a little better. But it feels like home. Okay. Number 3, listen, this is probably the key. If you are young, and what I mean by that, well, I'm not just young, but if you are at a stage of your life where you got flexibility, I'm going to say that's probably a better way to say it, because you can be older and be flexible. And what I mean by flexibility, meaning, you may not have kids or a spouse where you have to be in a certain location or a certain place, right? If you got flexibility, the kids getting the glory of the Lord, listen, I'm going to talk about the weather in a minute. And the shea butter, baby, we came back with this good shea butter. This that good shea butter. So anyway, I also have a light on. So let me not lie. The light is on. But the shea butter is real. The shea butter is real. The shea butter is buttering. Hey. So somebody put in there, hi, Abina. So that was my Ghanaian name that I was given, because I did go do the naming ceremony. So my name is Abina Abina Abuena. Abina Abuena. Yeah. So I'll talk more about that later. So hi. Hey y'all. So yes, that's my Ghanaian name, Abina. What was I going to say? Oh, okay. Yes. So if you are flexible, meaning like, again, you can move around, right? If you're at a place in your life where you can move, where you can have residency someplace else, where you can work virtually, Ghana is a great place for African Americans who want to try living someplace else. You want to live out the country, you want to try it, Ghana's a great place to go. I cannot tell you the number of African Americans that we met that live in Ghana now, that are doing business, that are going to school, working, et cetera, et cetera. We met one young lady, and she actually teaches at a university here in the States, but lives in Ghana now. She's working on some business stuff. And so she's able to make her American salary while living in Ghana, which allows her to have a really comfortable lifestyle. And you can live comfortably, right, on a decent salary. So it's not hyper expensive. Now, like any place else that is growing, prices are going up higher, but it's doable. So let me talk to my young entrepreneurs out there. All of my young entrepreneurs, especially the guys and women, guys and gals, listen, if you have a desire to like try something new, Ghana's a good place. Ghana's a good place. And there are other countries, of course, other places, but Ghana, I'm just saying Ghana's a good place. Very much opportunity, lots of opportunity there. So if you're young, no kids, not married, you got some salary or some money tucked away, or you have a way of making some income, or you got some really great ideas, entrepreneurial ideas that you want to flesh out and do some things with, Ghana is a good place to work that out. It's a good place. So I want to invite all of my young adults that follow me, all the young adults that follow me, get your passport, y'all get you some trips together and go visit. Go check it out. Go see for yourself. But if you've been thinking about like doing something new, Ghana's a good place, especially if you're young and you don't have, especially if you're young and you flexible, meaning like you can move around. A lot of times, we can move around and we don't know that we can move around. And so I want to invite you, especially my young people that follow me, listen, check around you. Like if you're not bound to LA or bound to United States and you got some flexibility right now in your life, consider it. Go check it out. It's a lot of young African Americans in Ghana. We saw people in the luggage industry, fashion industry, beauty industry. Listen, let me tell you something. The bust down, the 26-inch, 22-inch bust downs is a thing. So if you're into the hair and the wigs, you can do well there. You can do well. It's a whole business. So health and beauty, wellness is a thriving industry there. So, to my young people, like get your passports, get your visas, go check it out, right? It's not hard. Go check it out. Okay, number 4, poverty is an issue. There is poverty. And everybody works, right? There is poverty. And so that is, something to contend with. And again, if you're entrepreneurial and you have ideas, you can be part of helping to raise the issue of poverty, help to raise some people out of poverty, right? By starting a business there, employing some folks. Ghanaians are very open to collaboration. A lot of people that we talk to, we're open to import-export business. So, there is a lot of poverty, but there's also opportunity to help pull people up out of poverty with your business, with your ideas. So there is poverty. There's a lot of poverty. But there's also a lot of opportunity. So I say that to say, like, not to discourage you, but the truth is truthful that there's a lot of poverty. However, everybody works. Everybody works. Everybody finds their thing. Everybody works. Everybody finds their role, their job. Everybody's got a job, and a lot of people are creating their jobs, right? That's the one thing you're going to see, like really creative. Everybody's an entrepreneur. Because if you don't find a way to work and make money, you don't eat, right? If you don't find a way to create some flow of CDs, CD is their currency there. You don't eat, right? And so everybody works. Everybody works. Everybody's got, I use the word hustle because that's what the word we use, but everybody finds a way to make some money, because if you don't work, you don't eat. And so it's serious. So there's poverty and everybody works, right? Everybody gets up and works, which I thought was very inspiring, because we tend to take a lot for granted, right? We tend to take a lot for granted, like, I'll get a job later. Well, if you don't work there, you don't eat. So everybody works. Everybody finds their thing and makes a way. And then there's a lot of collaboration, so that not only will I eat, my neighbor can eat, my cousin can eat, my friend can eat, right? Lots of collaboration going on. Okay. Number 5, it's a coastal, Ghana is on the coast. So, but the beaches aren't the same. It ain't Santa Monica Beach. It's not Venice Beach. But it's beautiful. It's beautiful. There are places to go where you can enjoy the beach, enjoy the coast. It's coastal, but it's not, the beaches aren't the same, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And there's, again, lots of opportunity. So you get to enjoy the coast, the beach, but it's different. You don't have, tons of people laying out at the beach sunbathing. It's just not what you see. And the beach in some parts are where people who are homeless live, so but it's so because it's on the coast, it's also, the weather is amazing, right? But it's also very humid. So your skin is going to be nice and moist. The skin's going to be nice and moist because it's humid, because it's right on the coast. But it's beautiful coast, and there's lots of resorts. And so actually I'm going to be doing 2025, I'm doing a retreat at one of the resorts on the coast that that we visited. And so y'all stay tuned for that information. That's going to be coming out. So go and enjoy that good coastal weather, but it's not the same. It's not Venice Beach. It's not Long Beach, not Santa Monica Beach. That's where it's a little different. Real estate. There's real estate opportunity. So somebody talked about getting a dual citizenship to buy. You do not have to have a dual citizenship to buy. You do not. The government will allow you to buy, but you have to. There is some paperwork, of course. There's a process, but you don't necessarily have to have citizenship to buy property there, and that's not typical of all countries, but there you don't necessarily have to. So if you're interested in real estate in Ghana, there's opportunity. So find you somebody and start working with them. Don't wait. You don't have to wait. You have to have a passport, of course, to get there. But there's real estate opportunity, and it's affordable. So I was talking to a gentleman that I met, and he was saying that you could still get you could still buy like a nice 2-3 bedroom apartment there in Ghana for like under 200,000, and that's US. Under 200,000, that's US, right? So if you got some change, if you got some change and you want to do some things, look into it. Real estate is still popping, and it's affordable, right? So you could do a 2-3 bedroom apartment purchase, and it's under 200,000. So real estate's an opportunity. The next thing, number 7, education is real. Education and educating children is of great importance. There are a lot of people that are not educated properly, right? Education is still an issue, but there is opportunity to be part of the educational system. For those that like to teach, they are looking for teachers, right? So you can go there and be a teacher. So if you're a teacher, and like I said, we talk about flexibility. If you're a teacher, and you've got some flexibility, you can actually go there and teach. You could actually go there and begin teaching rather quickly. I was talking to somebody else. They were like, yes, we're always looking for teachers. So there's teaching opportunity for those of you that are in education, and not just like the traditional school system. Like there is a need for knowledge. There's a need for knowledge. So there's other areas, that you can bring a skill set and a knowledge base to Ghana that they are open to, that the people are open to. So, if you have something to teach and you're in that space, there's opportunity there. Number 8 is green. It's green and beautiful. Oh, it's green and beautiful, y'all. Green and beautiful. It's green and beautiful because, again, it's along the coast. And the weather, I would liken is tropical. I would liken it to like Florida on steroids, maybe. Very humid. It was funny. We asked the driver whether hurricanes, and he was like, "Oh no," he said, "God loves us too much for hurricanes." He said, "Plus we wouldn't make it because lots of homes still made out of clay and stuff like that." So, the housing, a lot of people build their own homes from the ground. So there aren't hurricanes, but you do have that humid weather, but it's warm. And so it's green. It's green. It's green. Lots of green everywhere. So if you want to be someplace where it's green, Ghana's a great place. Lots of trees, lots of foliage everywhere. It's green. It's lots of green. So if that's your thing, it's a good place for that. There's lots of so there's green is beautiful. The number 9, it is for those. Somebody asked me, Pastor, how would you do there for ministry? How well would you do for ministry? I would do well there for ministry. Let me tell you something. Everybody go to church. Everybody goes to church. So, it is predominantly a Christian community. However, of course, there are other faith traditions represented. I know we saw a lot of our Muslim brothers and sisters there, but it's primarily a Christian community. And so for those of you that are asking that question, because somebody asked me, Pastor, how would you do well there with ministry? Fine. Just fine. Everybody goes to church. Everybody goes to church. Church is a thing. Ministry is a thing. And it's very important to the people, and it's everywhere. It's in how they name their children. It's in the names, buildings. There's a name. God's name is everywhere. God's name is everywhere. And it's interesting coming from here, where, especially in LA, where many faith traditions represented. But it's primarily a Christian community. And you see it, very clearly. So, it is very, inspiring and beautiful. Number 10. I think I'm going to give you a bonus one. Number 10, food. If you are a spicy foodie, I'm not a spicy foodie. So I struggled a little bit the first couple of days because I had to find food that wasn't spicy. So if you like spicy food, baby, they got the spicy. If you are a spicy foodie, I'm not a spicy foodie, but if you're a spicy foodie, there's plenty of that. They are known for their spicy foods. Be careful of the bush meat. Be careful of the bush meat if that's not your thing. Yes, there's a delicacy called bush meat. I'm just saying what I'm saying. So be careful of the bush meat if that's not your thing. But if you're a spicy foodie, you're gonna enjoy Ghanaian food, because everything is spicy. So again, I'm not a spicy foodie, so I was like, yeah, can I just have a plain egg and potatoes? But if you're a spicy foodie, you'll really enjoy it. And there was one other thing I wanted to share. I think, did I talk about? And so, yeah, that was it. Okay, I think I got everything. So again, if you missed any part of this, go back and listen to it. But I will say this: I had a wonderful time in Ghana. The people were amazing. And there's just a lot. I have a cousin who lives there. Yeah, there's just a lot of opportunity. So part of why I wanted to share this with you all this morning was, if you are bush meat, yeah, it's a delicacy. But if that's not your thing, don't eat it. It's a thing called bush meat. If it ain't your thing, don't eat it. But it's a delicacy called bush meat. But if you're a spicy foodie, you'll love the food. I'm not a spicy foodie, but for those of you that are spicy foodies, you'll love it. But again, what I really want to just kind of give you all like a caption of some of the things I experienced. But I really just want to emphasize, like, yeah, bush meat, Dwayne, the opportunity there, right? And the opportunity to be part of, not just going there to make your own money, but going there to help improve the economy for others, and to work and collaborate with our Ghanaian brothers and sisters. There's so much opportunity. So again, if you have flexibility, rewatch this, get with some people. There is a large body of African Americans in Ghana that are doing well in all the industries: health, beauty industry, health, mental wellness space. I ran into a lot of therapists who want to work with American therapists, and bringing some practices into Ghana. Dwayne, they church there, Pastor, and everybody goes to church on Sunday. It was a stark difference on Sunday morning driving around than every other day of the week, because in our concierge, David, he was like, yeah, everybody's at church. He said I would be at church if I wasn't driving y'all around. So ministry is flourishing there. And you see the emphasis, God, everywhere. I met a young lady, her name was Comfort. And another young lady, her name was Will of God. Will of God. Her name was Will of God. Will of God. And so it's in the naming, it's on buildings, it's in the names of companies, right? The names of God is everywhere. And so, yeah, Dwayne. So when someone asked me how would I do ministry wise, I was like, I think I'd be okay. I think I'd be okay. But, so the people, it's predominantly Christian, and then Muslim, and then probably other faith traditions as well. I'm sure of it. But that's what I could see. I'm just going based on what I could see, y'all. So, and what I was told. But I'm sure there are other faith traditions there represented. I'm sure of it. But yeah, I mean, it's a good place to go and check out, especially for my African American brothers and sisters, and you got flexibility in your life. I would say go look into Ghana. Look into Ghana. Look into Ghana for residency. Look into Ghana for work. Look into Ghana for entrepreneurial opportunities. Look into Ghana for real estate. Look into Ghana to do some cross collaboration, some import export. Look into Ghana for, educational opportunities, especially if you want to get into teaching. There's opportunities there for that. And to go and establish businesses, go and establish, I talked, like I said, I met a gentleman who was in real estate, and he was talking about, he was doing business and doing a business deal with some people from America who were looking to buy apartment buildings or to build some apartment buildings. So there's a lot of opportunity, for African Americans. So Ghana's a good place, and it's beautiful and it's green. And stay tuned for Najuma's 2025 retreat. I'm going to do a retreat there in 2025. So stay tuned for that information. So yeah. So y'all watch all of my posts. Some of the ones I put up, I have a bunch of footage. So for at least the next week, y'all going to be seeing footage from Ghana. But yeah. Yeah. So go check it out. All right. But I am glad to be home. I'm glad to be home. Oh, let me tell y'all. Well, I'll save it for another post. I'm going to tell y'all about how I got sick. I did get sick one day. And it was not pretty. It was not pretty, y'all. But I'm gonna say that for another post. I'm going to do another live about how I got sick in Ghana. That's a whole story of itself. All right. But yeah, y'all, if you're missing this, go back and rewatch it and share it. And glad to be back home. I love y'all. We out. Peace.